And we welcome you to Logan, Utah. New Mexico and Utah State set to square off here inside of the D. Glenn Smith Spectrum on the campus of Utah State. We look at our starting lineups, and for New Mexico, Bob Wenzel, their lineup stays in check. The story for Utah State, they've got some changes.
Changes because they're not rebounding and playing defense. So Lou Evans is a starter now, transfer from Tulsa, and Quinn Taylor, a shoot infrequently guy, but makes layups in the lineup. Keep your eye on Elijah Brown, number 4. He has had 4 30-point games already this season.
Well, we're looking forward to it, and we welcome you to our office for the night, courtside here. That is Bob Wenzel. My name is Ben Holm. It's great to be with you, Bob. Only game in the Mountain West tonight. A lot of attention on New Mexico in their last game. There's an opportunity for them on the road to get a much-needed win, and for Utah State, they need to get a win, period.
Well, 4 wins out of 5 straight losses, okay? The defense has been porous for Utah State, and they're playing against the best offensive team in the Mountain West.
And their head coach is Craig Neal there in his 3rd season, leading their charge. There are the white uniforms, and there's Tim Duryea, the first-year head coach here at Utah State, but he spent 14 as an assistant, so he's paid his dues, as they say, Bob.
No doubt about it. He talked to us at shoot-around today about improving their defense. They're going with a little bit larger lineup in this game. 2 best players, Jalen Moore, he with the long hair, number 14, and Chris Smith, 34.
Jalen's tough to miss. Father was a great player here, wore a similar type hairdo, not quite as big. Foul called early on, 15 seconds into the contest.
And it's good news for Utah State because Evans put the ball on the floor and went to the basket, number 12. He transferred here from Tulsa and really was a good player at Tulsa in a very strong program, and getting his opportunity to start here.
Particulars on him this season.
Pretty good numbers for a guy coming off the bench, averaging nearly 9 a game. He is saying, "I am not bleeding." Officials checking for blood right here. He got hit in the mouth on the drive.
He did. Vern Harris, our lead official. David Hall and Keith Kimball working the games, and Evans will make his way to the end of the bench. Indeed, Bob.
Well, Evans is starting in place of Elston Jones, who's 6'9", 265. So he's giving away some weight in this category, but he's a much better handler of the ball and driver of the basketball than Jones is. So it'll be interesting to see what impact Evans has on this game early.
To use a football term, just wrap it up, put some tape on it, right? It is February, so you're in crunch time of the season, and wins are important. And as you mentioned, for Utah State, they've lost 5 in a row trying to find their groove. In terms of Evans and what you were referencing, he's taken a lot of charges, drawn them. He's leading his team with 11 in that department. Comes up short, but a good offensive rebound inside, pulled down by Quinn Taylor. They'll try from distance, and they knock it through as Evans puts it through, and it's an early lead for Utah State.
Evans needs to back up on his shots. 15 feet from the free throw line is too close for him. So the 2 guys who subbed in already making an impact in this game, the 2 new starters.
The thud you may have heard was Elijah Brown. They go inside to Tim Williams, and he has been in beast mode, and he continues early on.
Fantastic player, leading the conference in field goal percentage. Scored the last 12 points against UNLV in that win. They are going to have to double and triple team him.
5th in the Mountain West at 17-3 again. Another throw from the other side. How about the guy in for defense? Showing it offensively, Bob. Lou Evans with all 6 with a couple of threes, 1 from each side. Here's the coach's son. This is Cullen Neal. Spins and distributes the basketball. And Obacha Jet jams it through at 7-1.
Neal's 3rd in the league in assists. You can see why on that play. A Jet has to guard people away from the basket in this spread offense.
And a ball that goes out of bounds. Trying to work it inside there was Chris Smith. unable to. And Bob, let's take a look at our keys brought to us by Progressive and the keys to success.
Right, Tim Williams in the paint. We've seen that already. And free throw accuracy, they are good. The lineup shakeup, so good so far for Utah State. And Moore and Smith are going to have to carry the offensive load for Utah State. Triangle and 2 offense, very interesting. We call this junk offense in the coaching world. They are guarding Neal and they are guarding Brown man-to-man. The other guys are playing a little triangle zone defense in the lane.
Logwood missed from 18. And the ball will stay with New Mexico. Last touch by the Aggies down there near the baseline.
The great thing about junk defenses is they confuse the opposition. The bad thing about junk defenses is that the rebounding responsibilities are not always there, and we saw that on that play. New Mexico gets a new 30-second shot clock here.
Fresh 30 indeed with 17:45 to go in the half. Neal missed from downtown. Opportunity here for Jalen Moore to run. Gets in there. Can't finish with the left hand. The rebound to Williams. Now here's Elijah Brown. Bounce pass inside to Furstinger. Furstinger fakes, stayed with it, couldn't get it to go. Tracked on the rebound by Darius Perkins.
A Jet out of the game already, Furstinger in. I think it's because they're spreading the floor. They don't like a Jet away from the basket on defense at 7-1.
Perkins inside, and a good finish. Good look in there. They find Quinn Taylor, one of the new guys in the lineup.
Pick and roll. Shoots infrequently, but he's had 3 games this year where he hasn't missed a shot. 4 for 4, 3 for 3, that kind of thing. But they can use the layups.
At 10 Saturday at Wyoming in a loss. 65% shooter coming in to follow your point. Here's Brown, stops and dishes the basketball off in tight. And there's beast mode again, Williams up and in.
That is the duo that dominates for this team. Both of them transfers. One from Butler, one from Samford.
Yes.
What a combination. Zone defense, 1-2-2 variety. New Mexico changes defenses quite frequently.
Here's a steal by Logwood. Now Brown going to pull up from downtown, and he's got it. The lefty with a great touch.
I'm telling you, talk about the green light, huh? Shoots a 30-footer in transition. Nice.
You know, and watching him yesterday at practice, Utah State trying to defend that, they said Ford gets it, he's going to shoot anywhere. And they were 6 feet beyond the arc.
No doubt.
We were watching him at practice.
Well, his dad was an NBA coach, so he uses the NBA line.
Yep, Logwood got the roll. So he puts it up and good to Sam Logwood, the sophomore out of Indianapolis, a 3-point Lobos lead.
Despite a good start by Utah State, New Mexico ahead because they are such a good offensive team. They were doing poorly guarding man-to-man, so now they're using zone. They'll stick with it. They could get a Jet back in the game because of using zone. He can stay close to the basket.
There's Smith from the wing for 3. He's a 3-point guy, very good, and he ties the game at 11.
44% on the year from downtown. Had 35 points against Colorado State, his best outing of the year.
14 against New Mexico in their first meeting. Neal gets inside, missed an easy one, and the rebound was taken away by Evans. Now Perkins. Jalen Moore, 26 away from 1,000 entering the game tonight. Here he goes, trying to get a little closer, in and out. Rebound, Evans. Man, has he had a good start, good impact.
2 threes and a board.
Smith no good. There's Furstinger with a board inside, and it's Elijah Brown now.
Pace favors the Lobos.
From downtown once again, Elijah Brown sticks one for New Mexico.
Got to guard him when he gets off the bus because he's got unlimited range.
It's exactly what Tim Duryea and Chris Jones were telling their guys in practice, as I mentioned. You can't give him time, you can't give him space.
It's one thing to say that, but another thing to actually experience it in a game. Hard to adjust to that range.
Nearing 6 minutes gone in the half. Here's Evans, trying a tough shot, rebound to Neal inside.
Significantly, Neal rebounds. When you play zone defense, the guards must rebound near the free throw line. If they...
Foul called, and a stoppage with 13:58 remaining here in the opening half. Utah State getting it done inside. And then Elijah Brown comes back. His touch, deadly from downtown.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Progressive, making it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. By LG, do game day right with LG, official partner of the NCAA. And by the next generation Kia Optima.
There's Elijah Brown and what he's done so far tonight. Bob, have you seen a lot of him this year, or is this your first look?
No, I've seen him, and he's 2 for 2 from downtown, and so is Lou Evans.
Yes.
Both of them got 6 points early in the game. Expected from Elijah Brown, not so much for Evans.
And
Here's
see what
we
done.
see, yeah. 20 points a game, nearly 21. Second in the league in free throws, and of course, fourth in threes made. Very, very solid.
So the book on Brown. It'll be inbounded here by Cullen Neal. Elijah Brown. 14-11 New Mexico. 29th all-time meeting between these two teams. Utah State's got the edge 20-8 inside. Tough finish. And Jalen Moore skied for that rebound.
Above the rim on that one.
Into the game now with the basketball was Shane Rector, number 4. Also checking in is Julian Perry for Utah State. Ball turned over to New Mexico here.
Rector is a penetrating style guard. He is number 4 in the block, and he will guard Cullen Neal. Triangle and 2 defense still.
Into the corner for Logwood.
Smith
Moore.
is trying to deny Brown and can't.
Williams the rebound inside, and he sticks it back up and in with the right hand, does Tim Williams.
Like we said earlier, triangle and 2 defense helps take away the outside scorers, but leaves guys to crash the boards.
Inside of 13 minutes to play in the half. 5-point lead for the team in white on the road. There's Evans inside, but he's called for the traveling violation. Is Lou Evans, the redshirt junior out of Salt Lake City.
Evans more comfortable facing the basket, shooting threes rather than going inside.
Neal into the front court, watched by Rector.
He can go.
Williams floats a pass, Firstinger, and good job defending in there. Moore was there, but he got help from Elston Jones. Excellent job, lob for Moore, and he could not finish it.
Jones wants to go. He's the guy who they took out of the lineup in favor of Evans. He wants to now show what he can do. 6'9", 265.
Second foul on Elijah Brown. That's big with 12:19 to go in the half, Bob.
Significant decision right now for Coach Neal. Typically, coaches take out star players with 2 fouls, and he will come out. He is too valuable a player to get 3 in the first half.
So a Jet comes back in. So does Anthony Mathis, a freshman out of Westline, Oregon.
Good news for the Aggies. Now, whether they can take advantage of this situation remains to be seen. Also, they may change their defense. Instead of using triangle and 2, go standard defense because Brown is out of the game. And they do. 1-1-3, kind of a 2-3 zone look.
From downtown, Neal. Rimmed out, rebound to Rector. 8 minutes gone in the half. 3-point lead for the road team, New Mexico. Down to Jones they go. The double comes, lefty, and got the roll, did Elston Jones.
Over the 7'1" reach. Nicely done. I like Rector's aggressiveness here on Cullen Neal.
He's energy. Neal, little push. Duryea wanted it. He didn't get it.
Play on.
Yep, play on. There's Williams. Good defense by Jalen Moore. It's a good effort by him, Bob.
The defense is better than they've played in the last 5 games already in the early part of this game. Tim Duryea has to be very, very pleased.
1 point New Mexico lead. Utah State trying to take it, and off the front rim, it was Smith with the miss.
So who's going to score with Brown out? He averages 20.
Yep. Neal tried. Jones got a piece. Moore was in there as well. Play halted with 11:01 to play in the first half.
Inside. Williams on the glass. He is tough in there.
$11:01 to play in the first half. 1 point lead for New Mexico. And Bob, in New Mexico's last game, it was a heartbreaker.
Inbound the ball. After a basket, you can go sideways and pass to someone. The official calls it a violation. It's not. He was out of bounds. The Mountain West corrected this, and Coach Neal obviously upset about it. It was in the end game situation. They had a 3-point lead. The ball was then turned over to San Diego State, and they made a 3 to force overtime. Without that call, they inbound the ball, maybe go to the free throw line, and maybe a W for New Mexico against the best team in the conference.
They're still undefeated. Neal good on the first. So you saw Craig Neal on the bench. He's already got the sport coat off. He's in full-on coach mode. I love what you said to him this morning. He, of course, played for the great Bobby Cremins. And you looked at his hair and said, are you trying to, you know, keep him alive with the hair that way, the way he wears it? I thought that was very entertaining.
I'm glad you enjoyed that. He was a very, very good player at Georgia Tech.
He was.
A lot of good ones.
Yep. You asked him the guys he played with, and it was quite a list of guys he played with. He's up on his bench, putting the coat back on. Probably won't be off long. 2-point lead for his team on the road. From the wing for 3, spits out. Rebound is tracked there by Anthony Mathis.
Mathis is going to get some extended playing time in this game. Neal is going to move over to the 2-guard spot so he can get some shots off screens instead of creating like this all the time.
Elijah Brown out of the game. That one swatted away. He picked up 2 early fouls. That's the reason for what we're talking about with Mathis and Neal.
Cullen Neal going hard, using the bounce. He's gotten in there several times and got his shot blocked several times. They need to use him as a 3-point shooter with screens.
Oh, Boncha Jet. Good job there by Elston Jones, forcing the turnover there on a Jet.
You don't want a Jet bouncing the basketball.
Quick bullet pass inside. Now they spin it back out to Moore from the wing for 3. Hasn't found his touch yet, but a good job by Jones to knock it to him. And a new possession here now for Utah State. Jones has made a good impact in the game.
Indeed.
This is Perry, drives off glass and good. Nicely done by Julian Perry.
Utah State does not look like a team that has lost 5 straight games to me. Now they're playing at home, and they just got waxed by Wyoming. Wyoming made 20 threes. That's going to get your defensive attention when you let that happen in a game.
No question. I haven't heard that term waxed in a long time. My dad used to say that all the time when somebody got beat badly. Foul called inside here. It's on Elston Jones. That's 2 on him. We'll get substitutions. It'll be Xavier Adams, 21, into the New Mexico lineup, and Quinn Taylor back into the Utah State lineup.
Yeah, Taylor took Jones's place in the starting lineup, did nicely. Jones took the benching well and responded well by playing hard. So those 2 will man the 5 spot.
Now into the game 2 for New Mexico, the guy with the basketball, Jordan Hunter, number 3.
Backup point.
Got some quicks, gets inside, ball knocked away, turned over. This guy's got some quicks too. Rector the other way, triple teamed. And who's it off? And referee saying it's going New Mexico's way.
Well, we have examples of backup point guards playing out of control on these last 2 possessions. Way too much dribbling into traffic, both ends. Driving into 3 players, not a good idea.
Inside of 9 to play in the half. 17 all. Hunter inside, Moore, another good defensive effort inside. But they're going to nail Xavier Adams for a foul inside on New Mexico.
Adams is the sixth man on this team. Plays kind of a power forward position. Small for that spot, but he's very aggressive. Smith is a guy who can get big numbers. Smith and Jalen Moore, their numbers are almost exact. 15 a game, almost 6 rebounds a game, both of them.
Jalen Moore so far in the ball game is 0 of 4 and 0 of 3 from downtown. Here's Rector driving in traffic. Good job on the glass. Good follow-up by Quinn Taylor.
In the right place at the right time. He doesn't miss many shots because they're all like that.
From the corner for 3, and that one is through. Anthony Mathis, the freshman, sticks it from the corner for the Lobos.
How about that? Only averages 2 a game. West Lynn, Oregon.
Great high school career from the corner at the other end. Smith, Moore the rebound. Back he goes to Shane Rector. Rector will try it, no good. Inside, another follow-up, and a great job by Quinn Taylor.
Quinn Taylor is talking to Tim Duryea right now, and he's saying, Coach, I need more minutes.
Another turnover. Here goes Rector the other way. He'll jam it through. And Rector with a right-hand flush. 3-point lead for the home squad.
No timeout for New Mexico. They're going to play through it. That's pretty good with the experienced group. But this on the floor right now is not an experienced group. They're trying to get it to Tim Williams in the zone.
Here's Hunter from deep. Knocked and into the hands of Williams. There he is, Bob, and he's fouled inside. He is tough to handle here in the Mountain West, is Williams.
He is not.
His first 14 pounders.
3-point lead for the home squad. Utah State. Shane Rector for the latest basket for the Aggies. 7:07 to play in the opening half. Utah State with a 3-point lead on New Mexico. While we've got time, I want to let you know Sunday at 8 Eastern, the toughest sport on the dirt takes the stage in the Gateway City with a PBR Built for Tough series. It's the St. Louis Invitational right here on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Pretty good rodeo we got going here in the Mountain West here so far tonight, Bob Wenzel.
Well, the big thing right now is the foul trouble for Brown.
Yeah.
New Mexico does not know where to go because Williams is being double and triple teamed. So right there, Mr. Brown on the bench. He averages 21 points a game. Without him in the game, he had 2 fouls early. He should be on the bench, but they are struggling offensively. This is a big situation for Utah State. 5 losses in a row. This is the guy they have to be concerned about the most right now, and they're doing a good job on him.
Well, Utah State, since Brown going to the bench, Bob, is on a 12-4 run. No surprise. So as a coach that you are, and we're a very good one, when do you get him back in the game?
You don't go until the second half because you have a lot of firepower with him in the game. He makes everybody else better because he draws so much attention. And they are a team that has a lot of possessions. If they were a team that gets, if they average in the 60s, you might get him back right now. And he is coming in right now.
We look across and he's going back to the scoring table. So they're going to get him back into the game. Here's Evans, had a hot start, knocks it down. How about Lou Evans? Sweet Lou.
Not a surprise. Guy can shoot it. Lots of experience at Tulsa.
From the corner, another opportunity. That one is down. It is Mathis. He's fouled. He's knocked down 2 from that same spot. That is clutch for the Lobos.
Well, the interesting thing is whether Brown was coming in for Mathis. If he was, you might want to change your mind. Shot from the corner. Bodies him.
So he's got 7.
And he is coming out.
Yep. He's
I
out
would
of
have
the game.
changed, if I'm Neal, I would have changed my mind there and try to leave both of them in if I could. Of course, he would have to take out his son there, and his son's a better ball handler than Mathis. Mathis did a good job while he was in. Very nice.
Did he ever, Bob? 7 points, 2 of 2. 2 of 2 from downtown, and he knocked down the free throw for the 7. So approaching 6 to play in the half. Evans with the basketball. Adams guilty of the foul there, so he's got 2 now in the game with 6:16 to go.
Well, now the interesting thing for New Mexico right here, Brown's back in the game. Do you play zone? It protects you better if you play zone. If he has to guard man-to-man, whoever's he is guarding should take the ball hard to the basket and try to draw his third.
Well, Adams goes out. They bring Mathis back in. As you said, you'd like to see them keep both in there. Another good job inside. That is Quinn Taylor once again.
Hasn't missed a shot in the game. That's his mantra. Fourth game in a row, he hasn't missed a shot.
8 points. He's 4 of 4. Evans, the other change that they made before the game, has 9 to lead the charge.
Well, we said the shakeup in the lineup is going to be something important in this game. It's a key, and so far it's been very, very good.
Turnover here. The Aggies of Utah State forcing New Mexico into that. And you see the turnovers on the I-bar at the bottom of the screen, our new look graphics.
2-3 zone. Williams in the middle, best rebounder. This protects Brown.
From downtown, that's Smith. That is nothing but nylon.
Measure it. Before the game, he was taking long threes, and there's the answer. That's the value of Brown. Gets in the game, immediately scores.
So Brown now with 9 points to lead New Mexico's charge. Evans leading Utah State. He's got it with 9. Up top, they're going to try another 3, front rimmed, and the rebound is tracked by Darius Perkins, who shot it.
Small team in for Lobos. Utah State taking advantage on the glass.
Sweet Lou again, no good, can't get it to go, and the ball is going to go over to New Mexico, as in there battling for it were Taylor and Moore.
I am surprised that the Aggies are shooting so many threes. I mean, Smith obviously 44% you want, and Evans you want because he's been hot, but everybody else is getting into the act. I'm not sure that's a great idea for Tim Duryea.
Utah State.
We got a blackout here. Coach is even going all black, huh?
Yes.
You have your black sneakers on?
I don't.
Oh.
I have brown on. 4:35 to go in the half. A jet for Mathis, who's had a great impact on this game. Williams the rebound on the air ball miss.
Oh.
Williams, that's tough.
Oh, man. What a move. How about that step through? All conference level player, both of them. I admire Utah State's grit. I'll tell you, they're playing the second best team in this league, probably. Very, very solidly first half.
Here's a drive to the basket. That is powered through by Chris Smith. 4-point lead for Utah State. Neal, miscommunication there with a jet. He wanted to go towards the basket. He never broke that way, and we get a timeout with 3:53 to play in the opening half.
The drive. Smith from the ceiling. Tough. Aggies up 4. Why? Because they're playing great offense, especially against the zone. The 3 is going to come from here. The ball movement is going side to side. Watch how the zone moves. The ball is going to go into the middle. It collapses, and then Smith takes a long jumper. He's challenged by Longwood, but he makes it anyway. That is great execution.
Product of Sacramento, California, grad student. Came in 10th in the conference. You touched on he and Moore, very similar in their stats. He came in 10th at 14.5, and their top rebounder at 6 in his line so far tonight.
Pretty good. 8 points, halfway to his average. I like Evans in the game against the zone. Now they switch back to man because of Evans' outside shooting.
Elijah Brown for New Mexico playing with 2 fouls. Perry up to get it. Perry on the baseline.
Smart play by Perry to drive Brown. Try to pick up his third.
Smith, tough job to cut through there and finish with the right hand.
He is an overall offensive guy. 215, 6'4", can play the 2 and the 3 spot. He is now defending Brown as well. They got a lot of confidence in his game.
Longwood's got it now, swings it to the near side for Elijah Brown. In the air and trying to go inside to a jet again. And they turn it over once again to the Lobos. Coming up on AT&T at the half, join Brent Stover, Gary Parrish, John Rothstein, and former New Mexico star Danny Granger. Look around a busy Tuesday night in college basketball, plus we'll have first half highlights and stats, all that and more coming up on AT&T at the half.
Turnovers have been a problem for New Mexico all year long. They average about 16 a game. They are not judicious in how they handle the basketball. They take lots of chances, but they make a lot of great plays, but they do turn it over a bit.
2:45 to play in the half. Utah State with a 6-point lead. Foul call down on the baseline. It's on Logwood.
Jalen Moore is trying to force things a little bit because he is their #1 scorer along with Smith. Pounds it inside, gets pushed by Longwood. I don't know about that. 6'9". Dad's the assistant athletic director here. Brother also plays on the team, but injured earlier this year, out for the year.
Inside of 3 to play in the opening half. They go inside to a young man who's been hot, Quinn Taylor. But the pass a little too high. Needed to be about 2 inches taller to gather that one.
Or be a guy who can jump higher. Or
one of the two, yes.
Or Rector needs to make a bounce pass instead.
Right.
One-on-one here.
Brown. Now they double him. In trouble. Gets it to a Jet. Now Neal up top against Rector. Goes down. Logwood. Got it. Stuck it. Big basket there from Sam Logwood, the Indianapolis product. 3-point lead for Utah State now.
Little confusion on the part of the Aggies right here because the zone is extended.
Good bounce pass inside. Could not finish it. Good look and a good fought by Quinn Taylor, but it didn't go. Now Cullen Neal, Rector all over him. Rector's got speed to burn. Cullen Neal now, lefty dribble inside. Moore down there helping out. Good job by him. He's made about 3 plays like that in the defensive end. Hasn't made an impact yet. He's 0 for 4. Here goes Rector to the hole. Finishes with a right.
Porous defense by New Mexico. Alert play by Rector. When you have a speed guy in the game, which is his game, you push it and then see what the defense gives you.
Inside of 60 seconds to play in the half. 5-point deficit for New Mexico. There's Moore again. And he pulls it down, and the foul again on Longwood.
Longwood is showing effort. Good effort plays at both ends of the floor. Made a 3. Played hard defensively. You can't be unhappy about a guy going to the offensive glass. And that was a good block out by Moore as well.
5 rebounds in the game for Moore. That's 2 fouls on Longwood. So 45 seconds here. Utah State up by a handful. Moore trying for his first bucket of the night. He got it.
They are dissecting the zone. Great execution, getting threes wide open, moving the ball side to side, getting in the gaps. Beautiful.
Biggest lead of the night. You see the threes. 15 attempted for Utah State. They've hit 6. Now you got 15 seconds to play in the half. There's a 5-second differential in the shot clock and the game clock.
Brown time.
He's got it. Here he goes. Got to get rid of it. Down to 1. Fires. No good. He had it, lost it. And it came free now, and they're going to have to chuck it at the horn, and it almost went. Oh, Quinn Taylor nearly got it. But Bob, Utah State with a great first half, leading by 8.
5 losses in a row. This team looks like it has won 5 in a row. Greg Neal's going to have to do something about his offense because they are struggling way below their par right now.
Very good. That's the end of the first half here in Logan, Utah. With the score, Utah State 40, New Mexico 32. After the break, make sure you stay tuned for AT&T at the half. You're watching college basketball right here on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour.